All right, good day. Hope everybody out there is having a good one. If this is your first time to the channel, what we do around here is we find new music from all around the world. We follow people's suggestions rather than following algorithms. It's led us to find tons of music that we never would have found any other way. And I guarantee you, take a look around the channel. We have a lot of playlists. So if you want to like kind of try to take the short-end version, go to the playlist section and you can get a bunch of different cool playlists of different genres, artists, all sorts of stuff. I guarantee you're going to find a lot of awesome stuff that you never even knew existed. And you're going to be like, how did I not know about this? Because it's the same question I've been asking my damn self the whole time I've been doing this channel. So, yeah, I guarantee you're going to find your new favorite thing, or at least something that you're going to be right into. Now, one artist that has been kind of put in the category with like Oliver Anthony, has kind of been in the almost put in the folk areas, and I think more or less just because they're artists that are they're putting out music, telling it like it is. And before we start this, I have seen some comments. Now this, I think, as a video coming out, I've been seeing clips of it, and that's what brought me to the song, obviously. Now, the comments, though, and it's like, people, it's like, what is your deal? And I gotta believe that some of that is bots and stuff like that, but it's like, wow, what is the problem with trying to see stuff through, a different perspective, a different angle, under a different light. Just singing songs about how you see the world doesn't mean you have to see it that way. It's just how they see the world, and maybe you might want to look into why they see the world that way. I don't know, just a thought. But yeah, music is supposed to help you enlighten the brainal region. So yeah, let's get right into this. This is everything's fine, man. I mean, as you can tell by the picture, clearly everything's fine. I mean, sheesh, is all worried. Can I just stop and say real quick how, like, I'm enjoying how much ukulele is prevalent in music nowadays. I remember when Eddie Vedder did a ukulele album, everybody was like, what the hell, what is he doing? And now everybody's like, you know what this song needs? Ukulele. And I'm not just meaning a little bit, I mean all the way through it. It's just, I really, when I was younger and learning to play guitar and stuff like that, I had a ukulele, but ukuleles were always looked at more of like a toy or a novelty. They were never really, taken as seriously, in music, as prevalent as they are today. So yeah, just with that being said, I think that's a very cool thing. Such a happy
Quit my
sound.
day job as a white coat. I'm so done with all that shit. Packed everything that I own. This farmer game just makes me sick. I just wanna buy a house and live in peace and get my bag, but the world's gone fully crazy. Was this all part of their plan? It's cool, I found a groove, cruising down the highway like I'm about to hit the news. I don't need a muse or anything to do. Probably just get canceled 'cause I'm singing about the truth. Feels like we're getting wiser, don't you? Since the lies that they blew up, now nobody.
Now, if anybody doesn't know, she used to be a doctor, and when the whole thing happened, she saw a lot of stuff that she was not agreeing with. Now, this is a doctor, somebody that went to school to be a doctor. She's a very smart young lady, so to question her medical prowess or her outlook or views on some things, I think you might want to brush up on your skills before you start questioning her skills. Just saying.
Listen, this world has got me feeling so blue, so stick your lips and shake your tits. What's a girl like me to do?
I like how it's like,
cool, look at your views. Just sell your soul and watch us give these shots to you.
It's almost like a sad song, but delivered so happily.
No writer, sex on dress, that shit in auto-tune. Hit some genocide on a Monday. Very Epstein files in the red tape. I ain't gonna reach on the God is upon me. Like, ooh, rain on a Sunday. They call me Rebel Taylor Swift, cause I give a shit, selling fear for clicks. If the world goes up in smoke, is this some kind of joke? Coconuts and palm trees, damn, like that's the shit they want. See, don't ever stress, baby, we blessed. Get into debt, it feels the best. Here's your 100th booster, don't you choose another option. Trust the science, baby, side effects are not our problem. It's cool, I found a groove,
Right?
cruising down the highway like
What?
I'm about to hit the news. I don't need a muse or anything to do. Baby, find your peace, don't let this chaos get to you. Feels like we're getting wiser, don't you? Since the lights that they blew up, now nobody trusts the news. This world has got me feeling so blue.
I love her
So sip your
delivery.
lips and shake your tits. What's a girl like me to do? It's cool, let's get the view. Something about the present, breathe it in, you love it too. Nothing to lose, all left to prove. Sunset on the roof, I play the song I wrote for you. Feels like we're getting wiser, don't you? Since the lights that they blew up, now nobody trusts the news. This world has got me feeling so blue. So sip your lips and shake your tits. What's a girl like me to do? Oh yeah.
Now, look, whether you like it or not, there's some objectable truths out there. And we don't need to, get it. I think she kind of pretty much put it out there. I don't need to, repeat any of no need repeating. I mean, she put it as well as it can be put. We've all been through the same thing, and there's some objective truths that we've found out along the way, and and there's also some stuff that, look, whether we want to all be on sides or whatever, it gets to a point where things get so screwed up that even the both sides that hate each other are like, hey, this is pretty screwed up. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, you thinking the same? Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. Yeah, this is pretty screwed. Everybody's thinking everything's screwed up now. Whether or not you're thinking one way or the other, the thing is everything's screwed up. Everything's just a little, but at the same time, we do have, that there isn't all bad, there is good things happening in the world. It's just, there's also a lot of news outlets that want to focus on the negative, and because, negative news sells. And, and when she says that stuff, like selling fear for clicks and all that, it's like, really? Are you, do you think about that when are you saying the same thing when you're reading your news feed from the mainstream news? I mean, because that's like literally what they do. That's, sensationalism and, misquotes and, taking things out of context have become the thing of the media nowadays. That is an objectable thing. We don't need to eat. There's no need to argue about that, and it's a lot harder to trust in the media that we used to trust in. I'm not telling you not to trust or who to trust or what to trust. I'm just saying it's a little trickier than it used to be. And, but at the same time, we have a lot more ability. We used to be closed right off. When I was growing up, we had like 3 channels, 4 if you were lucky. And the 4th one you needed an antenna for, you needed to put it on UHF. It was all this. Yeah, you probably don't even know what UHF is. But anyway, it was a thing. And, so when you got your media, that was, and growing up in the woods where I was, local news was basically most of what you paid attention to. Everything outside of that was just, didn't really, it wasn't a thing. It wasn't until I got into my teens where, national news, and I think that's, when the birth of CNN and the 24-hour news cycles and, I think that's really, you know, what, birthed this kind of, culture, information, um, hungry culture. And, I think it's great when there's somebody, like her that, she literally is like put her money where she's mouth, her mouth is like, don't tell her about, what it was like to be a doctor on the front. She was there. So, and that's why she doesn't want to be a part of it anymore. She's all set. She took a look around, and look, we're not going to be conspiracy theorists or anything, but there's a lot of doctors and a lot of nurses that took a look around and were like, this some screwed up shit going on here. Now, think about that. You're saying all those people just saw things incorrectly? Now, again, it's more about the music. I love the way she presented this song. How it's like, it's really kind of like, you could hear like somebody like singing this in a melancholy kind of way and real sad, make it a slow, but she presents it in this happy way, and you're listening to the words, and you're like, holy shit, this is kind of depressing, but in the happiest way. Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. No, she is a great artist. She's been kicking ass as far as I'm concerned. Whether or not you agree with her takes or what ever, I just think she's really cut out a niche, like, it's like with the Anthony Oliver thing. They're just doing what they want to do. They're not, out there seeking. I mean, she turned down, these are people that are like, I don't want your money. You can't pay me to say what you want me to say. No. Or just not say what you don't want me to say. That's not the way it works. And when people are brave enough and in those positions, and see, that's the thing. There's a lot of people with the money that are so used to having the money, they can't imagine what a life would be like without money, and that people would actually want to live a life that isn't pampered and isn't just surrounded with money and everybody doing everything for you at all the times. No, some people just want to live by themselves out in the woods and be left the fuck alone. Okay? And some people just want to, live, get their own house, live out and wherever and be happy and, live the simple life. Not all this, look, we get enough stress fed to us. I mean, you open up the phone and it's just blah, or your computer and it's just, it's like that Ash Evil Dead scene where he's getting blasted with it's the same thing. And it just all constantly. And, sometimes, the most beautiful thing I have seen out of a sad thing is with the passing of Ozzy, the outpour from all spectrums of media for this one man has been very touching. And that right there, I use this for an example because that's where all people from all walks of life, different political affiliations, different views on things, different ways of life, different career paths, different everything, all the difference that you could think of. All these people agree that this one man helped change their life or their view on things. And how did he do that? Through music. And, we take, songs that are on, say, the Blizzard of Oz album. You listen to that album, and it's presented in the most heaviest of ways, much like how she presents this very happily. But when you listen to the words, or when you read the words, it almost sounds like something that you would read in a hymn. It's just, these are like objective realities, millions of people living as foes. Maybe it's not too late to learn how to love and forget how to hate. That's pretty evil, huh? So, and we have the same thing going on here. And, no matter the delivery system or not, sometimes you got to be crafty and you got to sneak those things in. Black Sabbath had been doing that from the beginning. They had been really, but it was, again, the presentation. They were presenting it. They were presenting these ideas or these, things in a way that nobody had before. And, War Pigs and the song Black Sabbath and all that, you get into all that. Again, it's, these are all trying to get out basically the same message, and I think it's very, disheartening that people would try to tell her, oh, you're selling, fear for clicks and blah, 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 blah. It's like, really? Do you say that about CNN, Fox, MSNBC, any of the other news agencies that literally do that? Like, provably do that? No. I mean, there is so many talking heads out there. Are you that critical of the Young Turks? Are you that critical of Hassan or the Destinies or the whoever's that are out there running their mouths about shit they only know a fraction of what they're talking about, but they sound really smart because Adderall, boy, doesn't it make you sound smart when you can talk really fast, huh? So anyway, awesome stuff. Love it. Love everything about it. I can't wait to see the actual video, and I'd love to get together a playlist of Iyah May so we can get more of her music out there into the peeps. But definitely take a look around at our YouTube channel. We'll have you all linked up to all the places to go check out Iyah May, and I highly encourage you to, if you want some uplifting music or some music that you can connect with, and you're looking for something, that's a little bit more on the poppy side or hip hop side, or even bluesy jazzy sides. I mean, she's got a lot. She's got a variety of sounds that she's working with, and I think it's really cool. And I think she really deserves some attention. So get over there. Show some attention. Spread the word. Let everybody know. Iyah May. Awesome music. Yeah. Totally dig it. Super number one. I love the delivery. It's just a great song. And hey, that ukulele, just saying. Next, I promise you, we will live to see everybody watching, you, me, and everybody else, the literally tens of people. There will be ukulele in a metal song, if there isn't already. I'm going to go look. But there's going to be ukulele. There's going to be metal ukulele. Watch. There'll be a whole genre of just metal ukulele. Yeah. It'll be awesome. All right. Getting way out of hand. All right. Way off topic. Go check out Iyah May. We'll have you all linked up. And please, everybody out there, have the greatest day you possibly can, because you might not have another. And, treat everybody out there. Be kind. Be kind to everything that you can. Karma, that's a thing. Trust me. And stay tuned. Like, comment, subscribe, and take a look around. Please. You'll find a lot of new music and a lot of stuff that you wouldn't have ever found any other way. I promise you. And comment a band or an artist or somebody that we should be checking out. And if you subscribe, maybe you'll see us talking about them. So, hopefully we'll see you in the next one. Have a great day out there, everybody.